Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the wild side of travel, those moments that turn a dream vacation into a total nightmare, all because of some bizarre rule you never saw coming. Today, we're counting down the top 10 tourist traps that could land you in hot water, from petty complaints to innocent habits gone wrong. Imagine jetting off to paradise, only to end up explaining yourself to a judge over a bad hotel buffet or a midnight bathroom break. These stories are real, they're ridiculous, and they're a reminder that the world has some seriously quirky ways of keeping order. Stick around as we unpack them one by one, starting from number 10. Let's jump in. Number 10. The one-star review that turns your trip into a jailbreak. Picture yourself kicking back on a sun-soaked Thai beach, toes in the sand, a fresh coconut in hand, feeling like you've escaped the daily grind. Everything's perfect until you try to connect to the hotel's Wi-Fi, and it ghosts you harder than a bad date. Frustrated, you grab your phone and unleash a fiery one-star rant about the unhelpful staff at your resort. Sounds like a classic move, right? Venting online to warn fellow travelers, harmless catharsis. But hold up, because in Thailand, that simple act can spiral into a full-blown legal drama faster than you can say defamation. This exact nightmare unfolded for an American traveler named Wesley Barnes back in the day. He was staying at the Sea View Resort, and after dealing with what he called rude employees, he posted a scathing review on TripAdvisor. Nothing over the top, just your standard gripes about service that left a sour taste. But the hotel owners didn't take it lightly. They saw it as a direct attack on their reputation and went straight to the authorities. Before Wesley knew it, there was a firm knock at his door, local police, ready to haul him away. He ended up cooling his heels in a Thai jail cell for 2 whole nights, staring down the barrel of a potential 2-year prison sentence. All for some honest feedback on a vacation spot. Why does this happen? Thailand's got some of the toughest defamation laws on the planet, especially when it comes to businesses or public figures. What might feel like a fair critique in the US or elsewhere can be twisted into a criminal insult over there. The fallout was so intense that TripAdvisor stepped in with a special alert on the hotel's profile, a digital red flag warning visitors that complaining too loudly might lead to handcuffs. It's like the platform saying, hey, tread carefully. These folks don't mess around, even if your beef is just with the overcooked eggs at breakfast. In the end, Wesley had to issue a public apology, eating his words in front of the world to dodge the slammer. Think about that for a second. Groveling on camera because you dared to rate a hotel poorly. It's the kind of story that makes you second-guess every thumbs down you leave online. Next time you're tempted to roast a spot abroad, maybe whisper it to a friend instead. Or better yet, channel that energy into a positive review somewhere else. Crazy how one click can flip your tropical getaway into a tale of survival, huh? Moving on to number 9, where we head to the land of precision and punctuality, Switzerland, and discover that even your most basic bodily needs come with a schedule. Number 9. The midnight flush that could get you evicted. Envision this. You've just settled into your cozy Swiss apartment after a day of exploring chocolate factories and alpine views. It's getting late, around 10:30 p.m., and that post-dinner coffee has you making a midnight run to the bathroom. You handle business, reach for the handle to flush, and freeze. Because in Switzerland, letting that water roar after hours isn't just inconsiderate, it's against the rules, like revving your engine in a library. In many older Swiss buildings, especially in cities like Zurich or Geneva, there's a strict quiet time that kicks in after 10 p.m. And yes, that includes the symphony of your toilet flushing echoing through thin walls. The plumbing in these historic spots can sound like a thunderstorm in a tin can, so they've made it official. No flushing until morning. You're left standing there, contemplating your options, as the evidence sits there like a guilty secret. It's like your bathroom's joined a silent retreat, forcing you to play the waiting game until dawn breaks. This isn't some urban legend. It's baked right into the rental agreements and house rules. Landlords take it so seriously that violations can lead to warnings, fines, or even eviction notices. Imagine the awkward note from your building manager. Dear resident, we've had complaints about irregular flushing patterns after curfew. Please adhere to the schedule. It's as if they've timed your digestive system right down to the minute. And why? The Swiss value their peace like it's a national treasure. Quiet hours are sacred, a way to ensure everyone gets their beauty sleep without the soundtrack of domestic plumbing. I've heard tales of folks turning it into a covert operation, tiptoeing around the issue or investing in fancy low-flow toilets that whisper instead of shout. But let's be real, holding it in all night feels like marinating a potion you don't want to brew. Picture explaining this to a visitor. Sorry, the loo's on lockdown after 10 blame the neighbors. It's a quirky reminder that in Switzerland, even nature's call has to queue up politely. One wrong flush, and you might find yourself apartment hunting over a simple swirl of water. Who knew bathroom etiquette could be this high stakes? Shifting gears to number 8, we cross into Germany, where following the rules isn't optional, it's a way of life, even when the street's emptier than a ghost town. Number 8. Jaywalking your way to a hefty fine in the Fatherland. Let's set the scene. You're strolling through Berlin at dusk, the city's vibe buzzing around you. Up ahead, a crosswalk with a glaring red pedestrian signal. But the road? Deserted. Not a single car in sight for blocks, just you, the fading light, and that nagging urge to save a few seconds. You glance left, right, and think, why wait? It's harmless. Big error. In Germany, crossing against the light, even on a barren street, isn't just frowned upon. It's a full-on offense that can hit your wallet hard. Jaywalking, or crossing where prohibited, carries fines up to €350, about $400 in today's money, for what feels like the most pointless rebellion. But it gets wilder. Rack up enough tickets, and those points ding your driver's license, potentially yanking your road privileges for something you did purely on foot. It's like the universe saying, walk responsibly, or pay the price even if you're not driving. Germans embody this discipline like pros. You'll spot folks at 3 a.m., standing stock still at a red light with zero traffic around, locked in an epic standoff with that unyielding little red figure on the signal. I've imagined them in remote countryside spots, no cars, no crowds, just endless fields, yet they halt obediently, as if the light's a stern traffic cop whispering, not on my watch. It's cultural DNA. Rules keep society ticking like a well-oiled clock, and bending them invites the glare of every passerby within shouting distance. Elderly locals might holler in disapproval, parents shield their kids' eyes from your lawless ways, and suddenly, you're the villain in a pedestrian soap opera. The shaming alone could make you wish for invisibility, but add the fine, and it's a lesson in humility. Think of it as training wheels for adulthood. Germany's way of ensuring even your footsteps follow protocol. Next time you're tempted to dash across, remember, that red glow isn't asking, it's commanding. One step out of line, and your adventure turns into an expensive detour. Now, for number 7, we loop back to Thailand. But this time, it's not about words, it's about where you put your feet, and how that can spell trouble in royal proportions. Number 7. Stepping on money and stepping into serious trouble. You're wandering a bustling Thai market, haggling over souvenirs, when a gust of wind snatches a few baht notes from your pocket. Instinct kicks in, you stomp your foot down to pin them before they flutter away. Smart thinking, right? Saves you from chasing cash like a cartoon character. But in Thailand, that reflex could land you in the slammer, because every bill bears the image of the revered king, and using your foot on it. That's a cultural no-go zone. Feet are seen as the lowest, dirtiest part of the body in Thai tradition. Think of it as the opposite of your head, which is sacred. So, stepping on money isn't just clumsy, it's a double whammy of disrespect, like trampling a family heirloom while giving a thumbs down. Thailand guards its monarchy with ironclad laws, some of the strictest globally, and this taboo falls under lèse-majesté protections. Tourists aren't exempt. Ignorance isn't a shield here. There was this one hapless visitor at a street market who dropped some bills and instinctively grounded them with his sandal. Chaos erupted, nearby vendors shouted, drawing a crowd, and he narrowly escaped an arrest after some quick apologies and explanations. Imagine dialing your office from a holding cell. Boss, extend my leave. I accidentally dissed the king with my big toe. It's a stark reminder. In Thailand, let that money sail away if it must. Losing a few bucks beats haggling with border officials over why your flip-flop declared war on royalty. This custom runs deep, tied to centuries of reverence for the throne. Even pointing your feet at someone or something important is a faux pas, but money amps it up because it's literal currency of respect. So, next market adventure, train yourself to let go, grab a hat instead to chase those bills. It's a small tweak that keeps your trip footnote-free, pun intended. On to number 6, where rainy days bring out the inner prankster in all of us until the law crashes the party in places like Japan and the UK. Number 6. Splashing puddles and splashing your savings. Rain's pouring down, you're behind the wheel in a city like Tokyo or London, and there's this massive puddle hugging the curb. A pedestrian's ambling by, oblivious, and that mischievous inner kid pipes up, just a little speed through it, harmless fun. Resist, my friend. Because in these countries, turning someone into an impromptu splash zone can drench you in fines instead. Japan's been clamping down on this since the swinging 60 seconds. It's outright illegal to spray walkers with road water, with penalties up to 20,000 yen, roughly $130 for your watery mischief. But the UK? They crank it to 11. A whopping £5,000 fine, about $6,500, plus a criminal record that sticks like mud. That's car buying money gone in one rogue ripple. And get this, it racks up the same license points as blowing through a stoplight, 3 demerits for making someone's day soggy. The backstory? It's all about courtesy and cleanup. Puddles turn streets into slip and slide hazards, and no one wants soggy socks on top of wet weather. Cops even patrol high-risk zones on drizzly days, eyes peeled for splash suspects. Picture the lineup. Officer, it was an accident. Yeah, tell that to your bank account. One quick thrill, and you're out a month's rent, with a story that sounds like a bad joke at parties. I've chuckled imagining the hesitation throttle hovering, temptation tugging, but common sense winning out. It's a universal don't do it wrapped in legal tape, teaching us that small acts of chaos have big ripples. Keep it dry, folks. Your wallet will thank you. Number 5 takes us back to Germany for another slice of their rule-loving life, this time focusing on Sundays when even yard work becomes a felony. Number 5. Mowing your lawn on Sunday and mowing down your piece. Sunday morning in Germany. Birds chirping, sun shining, and your grass looking a bit too wild after a rainy week. You fire up the mower, ready to tame the jungle, pure bliss, right? Wrong. You've just crossed into Ruhizite territory, the hallowed quiet time that blankets Sundays and turns everyday chores into noise crimes. From dawn till dusk on the Lord's Day, or whatever day you prefer, loud activities are off limits. That includes lawn trimming, vacuuming indoors, or even drilling a shelf into the wall. Fines soar up to €5,000, $5,500 or so for disturbing the Sabbath-like serenity. Neighbors? They're your unofficial enforcers, quick to dial in complaints via dedicated apps that make snitching easier than ordering takeout. One poor soul got dinged for sudsing up his car, not the splash, but the slam of doors echoing too much. Another lady faced heat because her washer's final spin hit 10:01 a.m., 1 minute past the cutoff for Saturday noise. It's like the whole neighborhood's wired with decibel detectors, turning your home into a whisper-only zone. Germans cherish this downtime more than a victory lap. It's their reset button after a week of efficiency. Apps exist purely for logging violations, think Yelp, but for tattling on that rogue hedge clipper. Your unfinished lawn could star in a hearing. Exhibit A, the defendant's reckless rose of rebellion. It's overkill, sure, but it fosters a harmony that's oddly admirable. Save the green thumb for weekdays. Let Sunday be the day the only thing mowing is time itself. For number 4, we venture into the realm of urban myths that sound too bonkers to be fake but tricked the world anyway. Number 4. The birthday blunder that had husbands panicking worldwide. Ever heard a tale so outlandish it spreads like wildfire, only to fizzle out as fiction? Enter the Samoan birthday law hoax. For years, whispers claimed that forgetting your spouse's special day down under could net you 5 years behind bars. Men everywhere freaked tattooing dates on forearms, setting endless reminders, even midnight wake-up calls just to cover bases. Not out of devotion, mind you, but fear of a fluorescent-lit cell. Travel sites buzzed with warnings. Gents, mark calendars or risk the big house. Some imagined elite squads busting in. Freeze. What's her sign and did you celebrate? The panic peaked with husbands using it as a get-out-of-jail-free card post-divorce. That ink? Pure self-preservation. But plot twist, Samoan officials had to debunk it publicly. No, we don't lock up the forgetful. That's just silly. Yet the damage was done. Thousands bought into the myth, turning a light-hearted fib into global paranoia. It's hilarious in hindsight, like a prank that wrote itself. Countries might eye it enviously now. Birthday jail? Could spice up anniversaries. Moral? Verify before you ink. Myths can mislead more than missed cakes. Number 3 whisks us to Greece, where fashion choices clash with history in the most unexpected way. Number 3. High heels that threaten ancient ruins. You've packed for a Greek getaway. Sundresses, strappy tops, and those killer stilettos for evening strolls. But at iconic spots like the Acropolis, those heels aren't accessories, they're potential wrecking balls. Banned outright, because their pinpoint pressure rivals an elephant's stomp, risking cracks in 2,500-year-old marble that's outlasted empires. Guards patrol like history's watchdogs, ears tuned to the telltale clack-clack of doom. One woman in wedges tried semantics. These aren't high. Escorted out pronto. Another smuggled heel caps for stealth, laughed off and shown the gate. Fines hit €900, nearly $1,000, for footwear felony. Greece endured invasions and quakes, but modern stilettos? The final boss. Socrates might sigh. Know thy souls, dress for the ruins. Not the runway flats keep history intact and you fine free. Number 2 heads to Italy, where savoring street food near masterpieces can backfire spectacularly. Number 2. Eating gelato on the go near Florence's gems. In Florence, lost in Renaissance wonder, you snag a creamy gelato cone and meander toward a fountain. Freeze. Munching while mobile by historic zones is verboten, with €500 slaps, $550 for littering risks from crumbly tourists. Patrols eye sandwich holders like hawks. It's cops, but for carbs. Blame past trash. Trailers no bin, no bite. Faces twist in realization. Pizzas inhaled frantically. Chips shared at peril, both fined anyway. Hotels now caution. Savor indoors or pay up. It's a buzzkill for foodies, but preserves beauty. Eat seated. Let art breathe your taste buds and ticket stay happy. Finally, number 1. The souvenir sin lurking at every tourist trap. Those coin-squishing machines at landmarks? Cute keepsakes. But federally taboo in the US, defacing currency risks 5 years inside. Yet enforcement's lax unless fraud's afoot. You're guilty, but golden. Canada's stricter squash away. Face real heat. Collectors hoard crimes. One guy grilled at borders over his stash. Parks push them guilt-free. Memories are misdemeanors. Disney's dotted with danger zones. It's ironic souvenirs that scar your record. Press wisely, or collect clean. Whew. What a ride through travel's tricky terrain. If these tales sparked your wanderlust or wander warnings, drop a comment on your craziest rule encounter. Hit that like button if you're packing flats next trip, and share with a friend who's overdue for a reality check. Until next time, travel smart and stay free.